All right. Started the day. Got up, got showered, got dressed, got breakfast, got ready, went and got groceries. Came back, put a video on YouTube, linked it on Facebook, linked it on Twitter, now X. Posted photos on Instagram, posted on DeviantArt, and linked everything in every Discord server I'm attached to. Okay, let's see where we're at. We've got a project to start. Can't see it very well, but bad angles for where I can set the camera. Doing a corset. My patterns are all made small, but they can be sized up. This one has to be sized up to a larger waist, bust, and hip size than it currently is. So we measure what the pattern waistline is. 3, 7 3/4, 10 3/4, 14 1/2, which makes a 29 waist. We've got to size that up to, see what the paper says. Okay, we got to size that up to 50. So we got to add 20. So we're adding 20 inches to the waistline. And also we got to measure out and add to the hips and bust. So 29 on the waistline. We have 29 there. We got to measure it up to a 50 waist, 60 bust, and 60 hip. So that means we got to add 20. That's 10, which is 2 inches on each piece. So seam allowance. From this center line, center fold we're doing here, see how much we can get on this piece, and if not, there's another piece of fabric to go under it. This course is going to be black on the outside and black on the inside. We'll make sure there's a 1/2 inch here to allow for that expansion. Start with this line. Now, since we're moving everything wider, we also have to move it up. So for the moment, we take these out of the way. Turn this so you can actually see what I'm doing. Right there. Adding 2 inches to the waistline means that waistline should end up here. Okay, well, the hips. What do the hips measure? We got to figure out where to put that. 4 3/4. 9. 13. 17 1/2, which gives us 35, which means we got to go up 25 in the waist. Okay. So 25 divided by 4 is do it on the computer. Calculator. 25 divided by 4. 6 something. Six 1/4. That hip line I have to be wait a minute. 25 divided by 2, 12 divided by 4 is 3. So that hip line has to go to there. That's easy enough. We extend this up along that line until it reaches that line. So there is a curve in the hip. That moves the waist up. It's gone up by 3 as well. So the waistline has to be up by 3 from there. But it only has to have 2 added to it. So bring that curve there, line up the waist point, which lines up nicely. There. Now we have to add 3 to where the bust would otherwise be. Puts it here. And from that point on the bust, we go back to where the waist is supposed to be. This is how you modify a pattern. The total amount you have to add to the pattern, and you modify it. Mark it all in place. Mark this curve back. Look at that. Goes back. To there, which is rather close to where it was at the beginning. So there is our front plate. Right there. That is the first of 8 or 4 I have to mark and measure, then pin, then I'll cut them. And since the fabric is folded, I only have to cut once. Okay, I'll mark that all out, and then I'll show you what happens next.